We are streaming, and you should be able to see each of these. Now this is of course not the comprehensive list. I have my other drawings at home, so I'm just going to show you an example of how this works. I'm not going to do the full thing because it would take too long, but we're going to start with Autodesk Sketchbook, and I'm going to go New Sketch, and I'm going to maximize 2048 by 1536 is pretty good. Let's see if is there a larger preset. Nope, we're going to go to the screen resolution, and you can create your drawing. I'm going to switch away, well, I'll leave the eraser on actually. What we're going to do first is we're going to take some photos of our work. So I'm going to hit the button here, going to cancel out of the photos, and I'm going to go straight to the camera. In the camera, I've got okay. So we take that. I've got that photo there. I'm going to use photo, and I'm going to shrink it down because these aren't going to take up that much space. And I guess I'll put space sort of lower middle. And I can change this later. Every time I do this, I'm going to create a new layer. Cancel. I'm going to go back to the camera. Hey guys, can you mute the mic? I'm doing a video for you. Okay. Use photo. Resize it. I'm going to put shading and stuff up here. And there's really, the first time you do this, there's really no right and wrong answers. You'll figure out your own logic, and you may decide later that you want to change it. Picking camera. Use photo. I said I'd put the shading around here, so I'll put the line and such here. The first time you do this, you may not know what way you want to organize your thumbnails, and that's fine. I find I have to do this a couple of times. Once doesn't really get it done right, because by the time I'm done, I realize I should have done it a little bit differently. But that's really the only way that art works, is that you figure out different strategies and different things as you create, you learn. And that's kind of the whole point of this class, is to teach you a very different way of learning. And these, again, the whole point of this exercise is to create a map where you can see everything that you learned in the class in one place. Actually, I'm going to put this here. Oh, I already got that one.
We can't hear you talk, Mr. Allen? You're muted for the whole time.
What do you mean?
Mr. Allen?
Yes, sir.
You were muted just now.
I was muted?
Oh, never mind. It was my volume. No wonder. I was figuring out how to hear you talk.
Well, if you mute me, you're going to hear me not quite as well.
No, I mean, my volume was down.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's okay. No worries. Again, anything that you missed, I'm recording this. So... Alright, now I should have everything I need more or less in here. And I can resize them and move them. But I'm going to use the eraser tool. And I'm going to start to clean up the parts that I don't want. Okay, I'm going to make sure, let's see. I want the flow to be there. I want the size a little larger. I go to 100% or close to it. Ah, I'm not on the right thing. There we go. So then you clean up these drawings and layer by layer clean it up. And then what I'm going to do is then I'm going to go back to our finished drawings, and we've only got a couple that we finished, and that's actually on purpose. I haven't finished some of our works because our skills take time to develop. So the idea of working on several things over a long period of time is actually by design. Since this one's sort of my favorite finished one so far, I'm going to put it in the middle, at least for now. I'm going to take that photo. Oh, there's a wire in the way. Okay, use photo. Because it's using space and value, and it's using the shading and value.
I'll have it right now because it's on 1%.
Okay, well you should charge it.
Okay, I'll charge it.
Okay.
Wait a minute. How does this thing stick?
What do you?
They're so strong.
What do you mean?
The charging cable actually sticks to the iPad screen.
Okay, well I'm recording, so let's keep on task. Then what we're going to do before we create the trace on the next layer is we're going to go through each layer and we're going to clean it up a little bit. And you don't have to clean it up too much because we're going to trace it, but you want to clean it up enough that you can see where everything more or less belongs. So do you see how we're going to put our finished drawings into the elements of art? Well, hopefully that's a yes.
My sister's so annoying. She doesn't want to borrow the charger from me. Oh my god.
That is, and now I often do this. I will go here and I will go to the gallery and I will save, and then every time I make a certain amount of progress, I will go back and save again. If you make a change, let's just make some basic change so that I can show you. Now I'll go back here and it says save as a copy. You want lots of copies so you can go back and make your edits if you need to. Okay, are there any questions so far about how this works?
No.
Okay, and then on the next layer, and I'm going to do this super sketchy. This is not an example of how, but then I'm going to go back over and copy these things. And then what I'll do is I'll remove the layers below, and that will only leave the sketch. Does that make sense? All right. Hopefully that makes some sense, and you can get going on building your map. Okay.